Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Governor Walz, you stated in your opening statement the following: but nothing Minnesota has done stands in the way of federal government managing its border security policies.
Okay.
Governor, I want to ask you, why are you lying to this committee?
I am not
Who's the top law enforcement officer in the state of Minnesota?
the top law enforcement officer. Attorney General.
Yeah, that's right. What's his name? What's his name?
All right, buckle up, buttercups, because we're diving headfirst into a political smackdown that's more entertaining than a cage match at a clown convention. Today we've got Congressman Eli Crane dropping truth bombs on Governor Tim Walz, and let me tell you, it gets spicy. Walz thought he could waltz his way through this committee, but Crane came prepared with receipts, ready to expose the doublespeak and radical agendas. Get ready to see a politician squirm like a worm on a hot sidewalk, because this is the kind of accountability we deserve to witness.
Are you asking me, do you know his name?
Do you know his name? Do you know his name?
I know the AG Ellison.
This is an article right here I'd like to submit for the record. Minnesota AG says will not enforce federal immigration laws as DOJ threatens to prosecute officials who resist.
Without objection to ordered.
Whoa, hold the phone. Did you hear that? Governor Walz sitting there trying to play innocent, claiming Minnesota isn't standing in the way of federal border security. And then, boom! Congressman Crane pulls out the article, showing Walz's own attorney general publicly stating he won't enforce federal immigration laws. This isn't just a misstatement. It's a direct contradiction, a bald-faced lie presented to a congressional committee. It's like a kid telling his mom he cleaned his room, while his brother is still playing video games amidst a pile of dirty laundry. The hypocrisy is so thick you could cut it with a butter knife. This isn't about semantics. It's about a fundamental disregard for the rule of law and a blatant attempt to mislead the American people. They say one thing to score political points and do another when they think no one's watching. Well, Congressman Crane was watching, and he called him out cold. Fantastic.
Why are you lying to this committee? That is the top law enforcement officer in your state who's saying he will not comply with the federal government.
Nothing in his opinion changes the fact that state law requires all state and county officials to ask for immigration status when a convicted felon is
No,
committed.
I'm sorry, Governor. He is saying he will not comply with federal laws. That's your top law
Nothing in this
enforcement
opinion
officer.
changes how
You're
we-
lying and misrepresenting yourself to this committee. Now I want to ask you this. Do you think in that line of questioning, free health care, food assistance, free college tuition, driver's licenses, and cash assistance, do you think that that's helping or hurting this government manage its border security and policies?
Well, Minnesota ranks first in health care. We rank third in safety on our roads.
Let me answer that for you. Okay. It's actually hurting because what you
making
created
my state safer and more
you've created a
prosperous.
state that is now a magnet that is
There's
drawing
no law.
illegals
There's no sanctuary
to
law in
Minnesota.
Minnesota, Congressman.
I know you guys haven't put it that way on the books, but your state has everything, every element in it that is consistent with the sanctuary state.
That's
Moving
incorrect.
on, Mr. Walz. How about you calling ICE agents modern-day Gestapo? That also stands. Do you think that that helps our federal government carry out its law enforcement?
Gestapo? Seriously? Calling our brave ICE agents, who are literally tasked with enforcing our nation's immigration laws, modern-day Gestapo? That's not just inflammatory rhetoric. That's actively undermining the very people protecting our borders. It's like a coach telling his team they're all terrible right before a big game. How exactly is that supposed to help law enforcement? This is a classic move from the progressive playbook. Demonize those who uphold the law, especially when those laws don't align with their open border agenda. It's not about due process when you're comparing federal agents to Nazi secret police. It's about demeaning their work and eroding public trust. And Walz tries to pivot to best practices? Give me a break. You can't call someone a Nazi one minute and then pretend you're concerned about their professionalism the next. This kind of language is dangerous, divisive, and frankly, un-American. It shows a complete disconnect from the realities of border security.
I think best practices in law
security
enforcement
policies?
by identifying who you are, identifying the vehicles, and making sure everyone has due process helps our law enforcement. I think covering your faces.
So you think that
rolling in there-
that helps calling our law enforcement agents that, what does ICE stand for, Governor? Immigration, custom, enforcement, right? These are the guys that are tasked with enforcing immigration, federal
That's right,
immigration laws?
that's their job. It's
So
not
you
the
think
state's
that
job.
calling them Gestapo is helping? You're not standing in the way. None of the messaging, none of the rhetoric is standing in the way of this administration doing what they've been tasked to do. Is that what you're saying?
I think what would help them is to follow due process, and when they do these missions, do the things that we expect of law enforcement.
How about when you
Identify
went on
them.
Anderson Cooper, Governor Walz, and you said, how high is this wall? If it's 25 feet, then I'll invest in a 30-foot ladder factory. Do you think that that helps our federal government carry out its law enforcement, its border security, and policy operations?
When did I say that?
You went on Anderson Cooper and said that. Do you not remember saying that? Because you've said so many outlandish things that you
No, I
can't
don't
even
recall.
keep track of them.
The point being is.
The
that you
clip
need
is there
more
for
than-
everybody. It's there for all Americans. If you guys want to go watch it, it's an easy Google. All right, Governor, you recently went on Gavin Newsom's podcast. You stated in regards to MAGA voters, I scare them a little bit, which is why they spend so much time on me. No, I'm serious because they know I can fix a truck. That's your direct quote. You also said on the show, I think I could kick most of their asses. I want to be very clear with you, Governor. You do scare us a bit, but it's not because you can fix a truck or change a tire. It's actually because of your radical left-wing agenda. You supported putting tampons in boys' bathrooms. You advocated for the disarming of Americans of their Second Amendment rights. You're pro-sanctuary city, as we have uncovered here today. You claim there is no guarantee to free speech when it comes to misinformation and hate speech. That right there is why the American people have such a hard time with you. It's not because we're crazy MAGA people. It's because of your radical left-wing agenda. I want to ask you on that last one where you claim there's no guarantee to free speech. Did you pick that up on one of your 30 trips to communist China, Governor?
Did he just ask if Walz picked up his free speech ideas from communist China? Oh, that's a mic drop moment right there. Walz claiming there's no guarantee to free speech when it comes to misinformation and hate speech is chilling. That's not how America works, Governor. That's how totalitarian regimes work. The idea that the government gets to decide what constitutes hate speech or misinformation and then silence it? That's a slippery slope straight to authoritarianism, folks. It's the kind of thinking that would make Mao Zedong proud, not Thomas Jefferson. And the fact that Congressman Crane tied it to Walz's 30 trips to communist China? Pure gold. It highlights the dangerous ideological influences at play. This isn't just a policy disagreement. It's a fundamental clash over the very principles of liberty and individual rights that define our nation. Walz's radical agenda is precisely what scares patriotic Americans, not his ability to change a tire.
That sounds a lot like something that they would do. Yes or no?
So I don't believe hate speech
Okay.
has a place in there. Hate speech that incites violence.
Governor Walz, you said that Kamala Harris picked you for vice president to code talk to white guys. How did that work out for this administration? How well did you do with white guys?
I don't have the
You
data.
lost by 22 points to white guys. And it's because you talk like the way you do, you say the things you do, and you have this radical left-wing ideology. So if you want to continue that rhetoric, go on, brother. Keep doing it. We'll keep destroying you in elections.
And the
Thank
people
you, and
of
I
Minnes-
yield back.
The people of Minnesota will continue to have me serve them.
And there you have it, folks. A masterclass in holding politicians accountable. Congressman Crane didn't just ask questions. He exposed the hypocrisy, the radical ideology, and the outright contradictions that too many of our leaders get away with. It's a stark reminder that we, the people, need to stay vigilant, demand honesty, and call out the nonsense when we see it. Don't let them gaslight you. If you found this as infuriatingly enlightening as I did, hit that like button, subscribe for more truth bombs, and let us know in the comments what you thought of Governor Walz's performance. Keep fighting the good fight, patriots.